Hey folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. North Georgia's only live online morning show. Quickly put up how they can contact the show and get in touch with us. Okay, there you go. Also, we want to remind you today at 10 o'clock we have Candace. Could you put Candace's show card up there for us? This is at 10 a.m. every Thursday morning. The Freedom Zone with Candace, the truth set free. I want to say a big shout out to Candace. You know, we started talking about, it's been now 6 months ago, but talking about her own show. Every week, she's really getting into her zone. And I want to say, you know, Candace she loves her country, period. She loves her country, great person. And wants to share anything and everything she can with you out there, the audience. She's working so hard at this. It's an outstanding show, and she's really getting into her own. And that being said, if you ever want to do a show and think, hey, I would like to do a show or be involved with FYNTV.com, again, put up one. This is at 10 a.m. this morning, so don't leave today, every Thursday. Then it's on YouTube. Put up how people can get in touch with us if they ever want. There you go. All right, we have some breaking news. Let's put Nellie Orr's picture up. Breaking news just came in at 9:20 while we were in the break checking the email. There is Nellie Orr, the wife of Bruce Orr, Republican ranking member of the Judiciary Committee. Collins releases Nellie Orr's transcript. Mr. Speaker, I request the link to www.dougcollins.house.gov/Nellie Orr be placed in the record so the American people can review the transcript of Nellie Orr's interview. Representative Doug Collins, ranking member of the House Judiciary Committee, made the following open statement on the House floor releasing the transcript of Nellie Orr's interview by the Committee on the Judiciary joint with the Committee on Oversight and Government Reform. Okay? Nellie Orr, the American people deserve transparency. They deserve to know what transpired in the highest levels of the FBI at the origin of the probe of President Trump's campaign. I'm telling you, they're not going to stop. Nellie Orr, the wife of Bruce Orr, worked for Fusion GPS. God almighty, wait till this one comes out. All right, there's your breaking news. All right, just now, there's a crisis at the border. Remember, all the media did not, they laughed at the President of the United States. They laughed. They made fun of the President of the United States. Before the 2018 election, the crisis at the border, the President shut the government down, okay? The second shutdown was coming. Nancy Pelosi said not $1, not $1, okay? Let's play the I forget his name. I'm so sorry. We'll get it here. The Border Patrol chief, Southern Border Patrol chief. Let's play this interview yesterday. Now the audio is a little funny. They clean it up about a minute in. But play this yesterday. What I want there from the border press conference.
2 weeks ago, I briefed the media and testified in Congress that our immigration system was at the breaking point. That breaking point has arrived this week at our border. CBP is facing an unprecedented humanitarian and border security crisis all along our southwest border, and nowhere has that crisis manifested more acutely than here in El Paso. On Monday and Tuesday, CBP started the day with over 12,000 migrants in our custody. As of this morning, that number was 13,400. A high number for us is 4,000. A crisis level is 6,000. 13,000 is unprecedented. On Monday, we saw the highest total of apprehensions and encounters in over a decade, with 4,000 migrants either apprehended or encountered at ports of entry in a single day. That was Monday. Yesterday, we broke the record again with 4,117. We are now on pace for over 100,000 apprehensions and encounters with migrants in March, with 90% of those, 90,000 people, crossing the border illegally between ports of entry. March will be the highest month since 2008. The arriving flows are made up primarily of Central American families and unaccompanied children, over 65. These groups cannot be repatriated expeditiously and instead are almost guaranteed to be released to remain in the U.S. indefinitely, regardless of the merits of their immigration or asylum claim. The last time we had crossings near this level, they were almost all single adults from Mexico who could be swiftly repatriated. There's a big difference. To put this in more recent context, in March, we will see over 55,000 family units alone. In March of 2017, when we were at historic lows, we saw 16,794 crossings total, including all demographics, adults, families, and children. This stark and increasing shift to more vulnerable populations, combined with overwhelming numbers and inadequate capacity to detain families and children at ICE and Health and Human Services, respectively, is creating a humanitarian crisis. In March, almost 40,000 children will come into CBP's custody after making a harrowing journey in the hands of violent and callous human smugglers through Mexico. The danger of violent assault on that journey, the potential for a tragic incident in the crossing or in overwhelmed CBP facilities and transportation networks is clear and present. It's going to be 85 degrees in El Paso today. The danger increases for all of those crossing our border unlawfully as it gets hotter. We
don't have enough time to go through it all. We're going to play another part, okay? There happens to be a crisis on our southern border. I mean, it seems to me that on our southern border there is a crisis. It's a national emergency. Now, we have people that did not vote for the national emergency, tried to stop the national emergency declaration that President Trump signed. Republicans tried to stop it. It's in court now. We have a national emergency. We couldn't get money from Pelosi. We can't get money from Schumer. And why? Because that's what they want, folks. They want these families. Who's paying for these families to come in? Who is getting them to the border in these record numbers? Who? What about unaccompanied children? Who's doing this and making it happen financially on the other side of the border? Okay? Let's go with come back, because these are more things that, you know, the media said Trump lied. Now this guy here, let me pull that up. I'm sorry. That is U.S. Customs Border Protection Commissioner. Okay, you hear it as UBC, U.S. Customs and Border Protection Commissioner Kevin K. McKellinan. Okay, now either that man's a liar, just flat out liar. Kirsten Nielsen, Homeland Security, Secretary of Homeland Security, she goes to Congress, they call her a liar. They call Trump a liar. They call the border crisis a lie. They called the caravans a lie. These are the same damn people that brought you the Russian collusion hoax. Same damn people. They keep calling it a lie. And it's not. Go to the other spot in the video I want to play.
Which we're committed to is undermining our border security efforts. While 65% of crossings are now families and children who most often present themselves to Border Patrol agents, you saw a group walking peacefully to our station just a few minutes ago. 35% are still single adults who try to evade apprehension at our border. And within that flow are thousands of criminals, smugglers, gang members, and public safety threats that we're sworn to protect this country from, with up to 40% or more of our personnel in key sectors like El Paso working to...
Come back. Record numbers. But in the record numbers are 35% criminals, drug smugglers, gang members. 35, is he lying? If that guy went yesterday, I'm going to tell you something right now. If Christopher K. McCullough went to that mic yesterday and lied to us, he needs fired. He needs fired. Because I'm going to tell you, if 35% of the numbers he's reciting is single adults, drugs, gang members. I mean, all the above. Try to elude them, to sneak in. And we don't know that it's a national emergency. Congress needs to resign today. We need to ask for the resignation of Congress today. And I'm going to tell you something. What's happening in this country, NBC, ABC, CBS, MSNBC, CNN, they are treasonous. Now, I do believe once the Mueller report came out, there are members of the media that need to go to prison. Oh, we don't jail our journalists. BS. We have members of the media that need to go in prison. We have members of the media that lied to you about this. They said Trump was a liar. Kirstjen Nielsen was a liar. Everybody that claimed all they know how to say is a kid got ripped from their parents at the border. Right? That's all you ever hear is, oh, Donald Trump ripping kids from their families, ripping kids from their families at the border, and that's all they know. We have a national crisis, and the media has led you to believe that the President of the United States that's trying to save this country is guilty of treason? No. Joe Scarborough needs to go to prison. Minka Brzezinski needs to go to prison. Mike Barnacle needs to go to prison. Okay? ABC News staff, prison. CNN, Allison Camerata, you're going to look good in an orange jumpsuit. You need to go to prison. These people need to go to prison. I'm tired of hearing just Hillary. Okay? Quit saying Hillary. I'm good with that. But let me tell you something. Jim Acosta, you need to go to prison. There's a list a mile long of you people that need to go to prison. Okay? Because you need to tell the American people the truth. Because they deserve the truth before the 2018 election when the President of the United States told you we had a national crisis, we had an emergency on our southern border. I'm telling you right now, don't forget. All right, I'll tell you when we're closed. Let me go over a couple pictures. Okay, this, number 2. This amounts to no more than a presidential pardon. The Obamas pardoned this guy, period. Okay? Bottom line, he was pardoned. Now, you got to understand, there has to be outrage. There has to be outrage because you have outrage. So what the media knows to do emotionally is to create an outrage, okay? That's like Rahm Emanuel and other people to share in what you're feeling, but the reality is it's not going to go away. Number 3, we know the lady in red there, Chin, is Michelle's chief of staff. We know she got made it work. Number 4, there's the superintendent. There's Rahm. You'll never convince me that Rahm's, number 7, why Smollett's charges were dropped. You know, folks, you can't re-look into a case. You can't reopen a case. I don't have time for Obamacare. I will tomorrow. I will tomorrow, Obamacare. This is the Kim Foxx, number 13. Once they ended this case, closed it, they closed this thing, sealed it, okay? You can't reopen it. No, he is done, all right? And let me see if there's anything else there. So, bottom line is, President Obama pardoned the guy. That's over, all right? But here's what I want to leave with today. Number 23. And this is Obamacare, and I should have opened with this. I really should have opened with this. And I'd like to get this. Let's cut the recording and start this again, because even though it's going to be 3 minutes,